everyone, it's Rachel Kidd here again, speech and language therapist, coming to you with my final tip in our series on how you can use books to support your child's speech and language development. In this video, I thought I'd take more of a close look at one book in particular and why I like that book. And hopefully that discussion is going to help you when you're in the bookshop trying to find a book that is going to suit your child at home. Usually a child aged between 2 and 5, as we said at the start of this series. So anyway, the book I've chosen for today is called Brown Bear, What Do You See? And it's a beautiful book, and I'm just going to chat you through why I like it and how it supports a child, how it can be used to support a child's speech and language development. So as always, as we discussed, when you're doing story time, you're at the child's level, you're turning the book around so that you're face to face with the child. Also, giving a little gap, 5-second gaps every now and again, so that the child can take a turn or comment on something that they like. And then lastly as well, what we chatted about last week was adding in a gesture for big, tiny, grumpy, all of that. So anyway, today we're going with Brown Bear. And the first reason I love this book is that it has really bold illustrations, really pared back, clear illustrations, clear and uncluttered. This is really important in a book when you're looking at a child who's a single word user, so they're just using one word phrases at the moment. They might be just saying things like boff or box or boff or bottle or things like that. This, having pared back illustrations in a book, is great because it helps you to work out what they're talking about or what they're likely to be talking about. It's also really clear to the child when you say red bird, what do you see? The illustration is so clear and so big, they're going to understand, aha, that's a bird. So that's number one. Secondly, this book has a repetitive line going all the way through it. So by a repetitive line, this is the carrier phrase that is repeated over and over and over again. Red bird, what do you see? I see a yellow duck, quack, quack, looking at me. So that is the repetitive line that goes all the way through the book when they're talking about the red bird, the yellow duck, the blue horse, the green frog. All that repetitive line is repeated all the way through. And as we spoke about, repetition is really, really important for children to learn new words. They need to hear it over and over and over again. And the third reason I like this book is that the particular phrase that is repeated has some really key verbs in it. So they're emphasizing verbs and action words a lot. What do you see? I see a purple cat looking at me. And in this book, if you can do that gesture, I see blah, 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 looking at me, the child is going to learn that, aha, look and see refer to the same thing, and that's where your gesture becomes really, really helpful. So clear illustrations, repetitive line, and also an emphasis on verbs as well. So it's a super book, and it goes on and on and on all the way through purple cat until we come here to the black sheep. And I love this because it's an invitation into a nursery rhyme. So what nursery rhyme do we know about a black sheep? Ba, ba, black sheep, lovely. So it's just a nice introduction into a nursery rhyme. And nursery rhymes are really important for a preschooler's language development. The intonation of the nursery rhyme is lovely and very easy on the ear, so it makes it easy for children to learn new vocabulary when they know what it refers to from a nursery rhyme. So that's a nice little feature within Brown Bear. And finally, when we get towards the end, and it's all teacher, what do you see? Children, what do you see? Then we turn the page. I see a brown bear, a red bird. So this is nice at the end. Just go with a rising intonation, a red, and count for 5 seconds. Leave your little gap for the child to complete off the phrase. So this this little particular tip is probably for an older child, a child that definitely has their vocab. But giving that little intonation and weight and expectation, see what they say. Even if it's a toddler, maybe they'll say something like ba for bird, or maybe if they're older they will say bird, or if they're really small they might just go for the gesture because they know that it's a bird. But all of that matters, and it's very much a part of turn taking. So there you go, Brown Bear, an absolutely beautiful book available to buy from the book centre. And I hope you've enjoyed all of these tips. This is the end of my tips series with the book centre, but one last thing that I might do is I'm going to put together a little list of books like this one that I like, that are in my cupboard all the time as a speech and language therapist, and I might share that with you guys at a later date. Hope you enjoyed this series, and all the best. Bye.